Hi friends, are you ready for chapter 12 of Chasing Helicity? When we left off yesterday, Sam was grading Helicity's tests and then he got an alert on his phone and he was getting ready to take off and he asked Helicity if he wanted to watch him as he went to go chase this storm. Are you ready? Chapter 12. Helicity's stomach did an excited flip-flop. You mean I can go with you? What? God, no. Lana would kill me if I took a newbie on a ride along. Sam grabbed the computer keyboard and typed in a command. A map of Michigan appeared on the screen. Scattered across were tiny black car icons. He moused over one and zoomed in. That's my car. When it turns white, click on it. Bye. Wait, where? But Sam was gone. Helicity gathered her test papers, but kept one eye on the screen. Then she remembered Mia's text. Just as she thumbed to reply, Sam's car icon turned white. She put down her phone and clicked the icon. A small window popped up next to the car. Live stream, it asked. Yes, I guess, she muttered, clicking the appropriate button. A video feed, unfocused at first, resolved itself to show the college entrance gate looming up ahead. As the gate drew closer, Helicity realized she was seeing it from the dashboard of Sam's car. A beat-up old baby blue sedan he drove to and from the school. Hey, 14! Helicity stared at Sam's voice, a tiny echo as if coming from the inside of a soup can. Suddenly streamed through the computer speakers. I didn't know if you were watching, but here's the deal. I got a severe thunderstorm warning. There's some nasty stuff brewing over Lake Michigan, just west of here. I'm thinking serious straight-line wind action, so that's where I'm headed. Sorry I couldn't take you along with me, but like I said, Lana would have killed me if I had. Maybe next time though, okay? I'm signing off until I get a little closer to the storm. The video cut off, replaced by a message informing her the live stream was no longer active. Nasty stuff? Helicity snatched up her phone and opened her radar app. She zoomed in on the section of Lake Michigan's shoreline directly west above the college. Sure enough, a long bow-shaped line of storms was stretching across almost half the lake due west of them. She hit animate. Now she could see the storm lurching toward the shore. No, not lurching, racing. The southern and northern edge had even appeared to take on a curl, almost like the end of a hipster's mustache. The red, green, and yellow radar image froze, reset, and replayed the storm's progress over the time span again. She hit another button that allowed her to track the storm's timing. It was less than a half hour from her and a half hour from the shore. Oh, less than an hour from her and a half hour from the shore. She glanced back at Lana's computer. Sam's car icon was on a major highway heading directly toward the storm, more specifically, the red area of the storm, meaning the heaviest rain and the most danger. That's just what he wants, she thought, to be in the thick of it. I wish I could be there with him. Suddenly she sat up. I should be with him, or if not me, then someone else. Weather junkie that she was, Helicity followed several blogs that devoured any articles written by experienced storm chasers. Nearly all advised the same thing: never chase alone. You couldn't watch the road, other drivers, and the weather at the same time. For that, you needed at least 2 pairs of eyes. It was possible that Sam planned to pick someone to go with him, but somehow Helicity didn't think so. Sam's car icon turned white again. I'm just about to hit the nose of the storm, he announced when he resumed streaming. According to the GPS, there's a dirt road ahead that leads to a little beach. A thick black line swept across the screen. There was a thump, and a line swept back again, leaving behind a clearer image. The windshield wipers, Helicity realized. Sam was cleaning the windshield before the big reveal. She ignored the wipers and focused on what was happening beyond the glass. The video veered and jumped as Sam turned off the highway onto a dirt road. Low-hanging tree branches slapped against the windshield. The images skipped violently downward and jolted back up as if the car had nosedived into and climbed out of a shallow ditch. Whoops, almost broke an axle on that rut, Sam said with a laugh. Then the picture stilled, and Helicity had a wide-open view of Lake Michigan through the windshield. Whoa! She and Sam uttered the word at the same moment. Gunmetal gray clouds hung over the water. The shelf cloud was huge. It stretched west to east as far as the eye could see. The top was bright white and the base almost black. That white top curled over the menacing, almost tooth-like way. It was a true monster. The wind had already started whipping up white-crested waves that hammered the thin silver beachfront. A seagull flew over into view, made a scene appear so serene for a moment, and then soared backward and away. "Look at that," Sam said. "I'm looking," Helicity replied, forgetting that Sam couldn't hear her. "Looking at what?" a voice behind her asked. Helicity yelped and spun around to find Lana coming into the office. "Lana, what are you doing here? I thought you were in a meeting. It ended sooner than Wait a minute." Lana stared at the computer screen and frowned. "Sam?" "Yeah," Helicity answered. "He saw a storm over Lake Michigan and she faltered because Lana's brow suddenly furrowed more deeply. "Tell me he's not alone." "Never mind, I already know the answer." Lana slapped her palm on the desktop, making a stray pencil jump and roll off. "Darn it, Sam, I told you never to." Slam. Lana tensed at the sound from the computer speakers, and now he's gotten out of the car. Jeez. Sure enough, Sam appeared on the screen. He had an expensive-looking digital camera around his neck. He grinned at the dash cam and then spun around to face the lake. Then he kicked off his boots and ran into the water with the camera bouncing on his chest. He flung his arms open wide as if inviting the storm to come to get him. Then he lifted the camera to his eye and started clicking away. Lana snatched up Helicity's phone. "May I? Mine's buried in my bag." She dialed Sam's number without waiting for Helicity to reply. A second later, they heard a ringing tone on the through the speakers. Lana said, "Really? He left it in the car? What teenager doesn't keep his phone with him?" The phone stopped ringing. Lana barked, "Call me, you idiot!" When Sam's voicemail kicked on, she hung up and wheeled around to Helicity. "There are rules when storm chasing," she growled. "Like don't leave your vehicle and stay in communication. Oh, and how about avoid dirt roads?" Helicity nodded. And don't go alone." Lana pointed a finger at her. "Exactly. Thank you." Helicity stared at the floor. "I wanted to go with them," Lana went on as if Helicity hadn't spoken. "Oh, and here's the most important one." She glared at Sam, who had stopped photographing the storm and is now flailing his arms and whooping loud enough for the dash camera's microphone to pick it up. "Use your common sense." They watched in silence as Sam danced along the shoreline and kicked the sand into the waves as a playful little boy, and seemingly oblivious to the imminent rain and wind that soaked him with his camera. "Hey, the storm's going to pass quickly and maybe not quite as bad," Helicity suddenly said. Lana gave her a curious look. "What makes you say that?" Helicity indicated a section of the screen. "See that? Right here? The clouds aren't as dark or as low. It looks like it's almost lifting." As Helicity talked, Lana nodded slowly, her gaze darting around the screen as she followed Helicity's observations. A few moments later, Sam seemed to notice the changes too. He stopped frolicking. Hands on his hips, facing the storm, he kicked the sand again, but this time the movement looked frustrated. He sloshed out of the water, grabbed his boots, and returned to the car. A gust of wind and a moderate rain followed. "So much for that." His voice was thick with disappointment. A close-up of his hand appeared, and the video jerked around to show him sitting sideways in the driver's seat, sandy feet outside the open car door. He pulled a towel from the back seat and rubbed it over his wet hair, making it stick up even more than usual, then wiped off the digital camera. "Helicity, if you, or anybody else, is watching, here's a little FYI for you. This happens a lot in storm chasing, especially over the lake. There's a big storm that looks like something major could develop, then pff, you get a shower." He used the towel to brush the sand from his feet. "Oh well, at least I didn't tell Lana about it. Speaking of which, 14, do me a favor and keep my adventure our little secret, okay? Lana hates it when she hates false alarms." Lana gave a deserving laugh snort. "Yeah, that's what I hate." Sam retrieved his phone from the passenger seat. "Ooh, sorry, looks like I missed your call." He dialed it into his voicemail. "This should be interesting," Lana muttered. Sam's eyes suddenly widened. "Oh, shoot." He made a face and reached for the dash cam. The last thing Helicity saw was the live stream was his hand. Then the screen flickered to the map with the car icons. Live stream ended. The caption informed her as Sam's car, now black, slowly retracted its path back to the highway. Lana shook her head and sighed. She picked up the pencil from the floor, pulled Helicity's exams closer, and began correcting them. For a few minutes, the only sound was the rustle of paper and the scratch of the pencil. Then Lana spoke. "You seem to know a bit about You seem to know a bit about storm chasing. Helicity gave a modest shrug. I've been reading up on it, that's all. Lana continued, correcting the exam. You know, I was your age when I went on my first chase. My age? Seriously? Yep. What was it like? Lana smiled. About what Sam just experienced, full of excited anticipation as we made our forecast, then a big letdown when the storm petered out. But that didn't stop me from trying again and again. I spent the whole summer learning the ropes from a team of chasers. She pointed the pencil at the photo of the mothership cloud formation hovering over the farmhouse. I took that with a cheap little point-and-shoot camera. That's all I had back then. There were 16 shots left on the roll of film, and I used all of them in about 20 seconds, trying to get a really good shot. That's the best one. When my team leader saw the print, he gave me this. With a faraway smile, she etched in memory, she touched the lightning bolt necklace she always wore. She went back to correcting Helicity's exams, but kept talking. So, you wanted to go with Sam, huh? Helicity blinked. She didn't think Lana heard her say that. Yes. Why? The question took Helicity off guard. I thought it would be exciting, I guess. Lana stilled. I see. Helicity pulled the end of her braid, but it was more than that. Lana turned to face her. Go on. Helicity shifted in her seat, trying to find the words to explain. I've been caught in a lot of storms, I guess. I wanted to go after one for once. To do the catching instead of being caught. I wanted to learn. And then there's this feeling I get when I'm in wild weather. Like I'm in my element, doing what I'm meant to do. Joy, my brother calls it. She gave a self-conscious laugh. But that sounds stupid, huh? Not in the least. Lana's voice was serious. I feel that too, but I'm surprised. I guess I would have thought your experience with the tornado. She left the sentence unfinished. Helicity looked at the floor. I don't ever want to go through that again, she admitted, but seeing one from a safe distance, watching it as it develops, understanding why it behaves the way it does, knowing what I learned from it could help save lives someday, I don't think I'll ever stop wanting to do that. Lana's gaze drifted to the newspaper clipping on her bulletin board, the one with the headline, Storm Chaser Cheats Death. I won't either, but I definitely respect it more than ever. One missed cue, one navigational error, and the chasers can become chased. And suddenly, what started out to be exciting turns dangerous. Even the most experienced scientists and researchers can run into trouble. And if you're reckless, she shook her head. And Helicity knew what she was thinking of Sam. The computer screen suddenly shifted to a slideshow mode. Helicity's photos of the tornado flashed by. Her mind flooded with images of the devastation and what they had left in its wake. I know storm chasing can be dangerous, she murmured, and that it can be boring and frustrating too, but I still want to do it someday. Lana suddenly spun in her chair to face Helicity full on. She leaned forward and stared at her intently as if she was trying to reach deep into her mind. Then just as suddenly, she smiled. Well, then, Helicity Dunlap, granddaughter of Doris Picasso, she said, what would you say if I told you that someday might be sooner than you think? What do you think's gonna happen in the next chapter? All right, until next time.